In the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched pasture, a striking white horse stands, its coat gleaming like freshly fallen snow. But upon closer inspection, a shocking sight emerges. A horrific barnacle wound festers on its flank, a grotesque reminder of nature's darker side. This is not merely a tale of beauty marred by an unsightly blemish. It is a chilling exploration of the relentless forces of nature that can turn even the most majestic creatures into hosts for parasitic invaders. As we delve into the unsettling world of barnacle infestation, prepare yourself for a journey that intertwines the macabre with the scientific, revealing the hidden horrors that lurk beneath the surface of our seemingly idyllic surroundings. Barnacles, those small, hard-shelled crustaceans, are often associated with the rugged beauty of coastal life, clinging to rocks and boats with tenacity. However, when they find their way onto a horse, the consequences can be dire. These opportunistic parasites latch onto the horse's skin, burrowing in and creating a grotesque wound that can become a breeding ground for infection. Barnacles, with their sharp calcified shells, can cause immense pain and suffering as they dig deeper into the flesh, feeding off the host's nutrients. The sight is both fascinating and repulsive as the once pristine coat of the horse becomes a canvas for nature's darker artistry, marred by the unsightly growths that resemble a twisted coral reef. As we examine this phenomenon, we must confront the uncomfortable truth about the relationship between humans, animals, and nature. The barnacle infestation serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life. In the heart of the African savanna, a figure looms against the setting sun, powerful, majestic, yet hauntingly diminished. This is Sefu, a lion whose regal mane once commanded respect among his peers. However, his current state tells a grim story of survival turned grotesque. Strapped by the cruel hands of nature, Sefu bears a horrific barnacle wound on his left foreleg, an unsightly affliction that can only be described as nature's brutal reminder of life's fragility. The barnacles, small yet terrifying crustaceans, have made an uninvited home on the lion's skin, acting as both parasite and predator in a twisted relationship that could unsettle even the strongest of stomachs. As we delve deeper, one cannot help but feel both disgust and fascination. These barnacles cling tenaciously, using their sharp shells and sticky glue-like properties to anchor themselves to Sefu's body, transforming a symbol of strength into a canvas of gory artistry. They feast on his nutrients, draining his vitality while simultaneously posing a threat to the very functions of his limbs. This invasion can lead to severe infection, a worrying prospect for a creature that already teeters on the brink of existence under the relentless sun. To witness such a magnificent beast suffer is a stark reminder of the cruelty that lurks within the natural order. These barnacles thrive in a world indifferent to suffering, where survival often hinges on pain. They are opportunistic parasites, taking advantage of Sefu's weakened condition, the natural world's embodiment of life feeding off life. This perverse relationship raises questions about the ethics of nature. Is there a balance, or are we meant to witness the beauty of the lion juxtaposed with the horror of its condition? Just as these barnacles emerge as unwelcome guests, humans too have often proliferated in ways that encroach upon the habitats of wildlife, leaving scars on Mother Nature that cannot easily heal. As our story reaches its twisted end, humor may serve as a coping mechanism, a reminder that life goes on even in the face of grotesque. In the heart of a seemingly idyllic pasture, a horse stands quietly, its healthy sheen now marred by a grotesque wound, a horrific beehive embedded deep within its flank. This isn't the stuff of fairy tales. It's a nightmarish reality unfolding in the cruel theater of nature. As you gaze upon this tragic figure, your heart races and a sense of dread takes hold. How did this majestic creature end up as a canvas for nature's darkest whims? The answer is bleak bees, drawn to the warmth and scent, have made a gruesome home within the unfortunate horse, wreaking havoc as they thrive on a living host. The hive, a pulsating mass of activity, illustrates the brutal intersection of two worlds, architecture of life and the chaos of suffering. These, in their relentless pursuit of survival, have laid claim to flesh and blood, transforming the horse into their unwitting shelter. As the hive expands, it burrows deeper into the skin, disturbing the delicate balance of life for the horse. Each painful buzz and sting serves as a reminder of the intrusion. Swollen tissue, oozing pus, and the acrid scent of infection create a harrowing tableau. Blood and body become a symbiotic nightmare, with the hive growing heavier, tearing at the flesh beneath. This is not just horror. It's a raw testament to survival instincts unchecked, a glimpse into the heart of an ecosystem where beauty and violence coexist in a delicate dance. In the heart of the African savanna, where the golden grasses sway gently under the blazing sun, a creature of awe and majesty roams, the white lion. Adorned with a mane as pale as the clouds above, he represents the epitome of beauty and strength. Yet, as we journey deeper into his world, we stumble upon a jarring sight that jolts us from reverie into a haunting reality. Here lies our regal lion, not the embodiment of grace we expect, but a victim of nature's dark whimsy. The once imposing figure now showcases a horrific gash, a wound from a beehive that has overtaken his majestic neck. As if nature herself sought to lay claim to this noble beast through a cruel twist of fate. The scene is unsettling, a writhing mass of bees swarming around the lion's neck, crawling in and out of the gaping wound, delivering excruciating pain with each sting. Each bee, no larger than a thumb, has a vital role in this tragic tableau. They are drawn to him not out of malice, but by the instinctual drive to protect their hive. The white lion, perhaps naive to the danger, did what lions do best. He sought a place to rest, unwittingly encroaching upon the territory of these tiny guardians. The consequences were dire. The bees, fueled by fear and aggression, unleashed their extraordinary weaponry upon him. Venom-filled stingers that punctured through his skin, exacerbating an already severe injury. The reality of bee infestation is both fascinating and repulsive. As we examine the lion's pain, we find ourselves entangled in a web of ecological balance. Bees are essential to the restoration of our environment, acting as pollinators that contribute to the bounty of flora across the globe. Yet, here they are, responsible for the suffering of this magnificent predator. In some bizarre way, their survival instinct clashes with the very essence of nature's hierarchy. As the venom flows through the lion's veins, we are reminded of nature's ruthless judgments. The circle of life often shows no mercy. In this brutal encounter, we find ourselves caught in the vast, enigmatic depths of the ocean. There exists a creature so massive that it commands both admiration and fear, the whale. Picture, if you will, a majestic leviathan gliding through the water, its silhouette cutting a regal figure against the shimmering blue. But all is not well beneath the surface. The majestic presence transforms into a harrowing visage as we draw closer, revealing a horrifying truth. This whale bears an infestation of barnacles, each one a grotesque reminder of nature's cruel balance. A wound festers and gapes wide on the whale's flank, a gruesome sight of grotesque colonies. The barnacles, clinging to its skin like unwelcome parasites, are both marvels of biological tenacity and manifestations of nature's darker side. This introduction stirs the viewer's curiosity, drawing them into a world where beauty and horror intertwine, compelling them to look deeper into the complex realities that govern life beneath the waves. Barnacles, fascinating arthropods belonging to the subclass Sauropodia, are more than mere hitchhikers. They are a striking example of nature's insatiable cycle, an enigma that leaves many baffled. These diminutive creatures, which start their lives as larvae drifting aimlessly in the water, soon anchor themselves onto any hard surface they can find. Rocks, ships, and yes, even the skin of colossal marine mammals like our unfortunate whale. Each barnacle, encased in a hard shell, resembles a tiny fortress diligently constructed to protect its delicate body from the surrounding chaos of ocean life. With their feathery appendages, they filter food from the water, thriving where few other organisms dare to cling. But this survival strategy comes at a stiff cost to their hosts. As our whale swims through its watery realm, the barnacles proliferate, attaching themselves with a stubborn grip. They form grotesque clusters, turning once in the shadowy depths of the jungle, where the vibrant hues of life pulse amongst the gnarled roots and swinging vines. A creature of ethereal beauty lies marred by an unsettling affliction. Behold the white tiger, an emblem of majesty and grace, now tragically transformed into a living canvas of grotesque horror. A barnacle wound, deeply embedded and grotesquely disfiguring, festers on its side, a stark contrast to the pristine fur that once shimmered like fresh snow under the moonlight. Such an affront to nature's artistry elicits a shudder, invoking a blend of marvel and revulsion. How did this happen, you might ask? How could the apex predator, lord of its domain, fall prey to an infestation so vile? The answer lies in the captivating yet twisted nature of barnacles. These marine creatures, with their hard-shelled exteriors and insatiable appetite for attachment, are typically content clinging to rocks and the hulls of unsuspecting ships. Yet here, they have found a most unusual host, climbing upon the white tiger's skin like uninvited guests at a lavish party. Each barnacle, a small fortress of sharp edges, embeds itself deeper into the flesh with relentless tenacity, creating a festering wound that wreaks havoc on both body and spirit. With every pulse of life from the tiger, the barnacles cut into its flesh, drawing out precious nutrients and leaving behind a trail of suffering. As the tiger roams its territory, every movement is a painful reminder of its affliction. The once magnificent muscles beneath its fur are rendered weak and wounded, and its roars, once authoritative echoes through the forest, now sound like cries of distress, as if begging for release from this living nightmare. It is a tragic testament to the interconnectedness of life. This breathtaking creature, a symbol of power, is reduced to a mere shadow of its former self because of the relentless invasion of these aquatic parasites. This peculiar occurrence raises unsettling questions about the balance of nature, reflecting a dark mirror on humanity's own encroachment upon the natural world. Just as barnacles latch on without regard for their host, humans often invade ecosystems, claiming territory